So I was just tagged in a video of a Christian black man talking about how to deal with black women. This will not be easy to hear.
Earlier to someone else, but I do want to stress this. There's nothing you can do outside of the black women we have right now that will make any significant change in our society. Once we see the root of evil, which is the black woman, we have to cut her out. You can't chastise her. You can't punish her. You can't discuss anything with her because she's made it blatantly clear that she does not care about you or your well-being or what's best for you. She does not care about the rightness or the wrongness of anything. She just wants to win. She just wants what she wants. If the system isn't going to change, and it's not, if the female isn't going to change, and she's not, who needs to change? Us. We do. We've tried everything. The only thing we haven't tried is violence. And we know that will actually succeed. Historically speaking, it's always been the case. When you read the Bible, what does it tell you to do? All the women. Take the younger females as your wives. That's how you rid the world of evil. That's how you control a population to the point where much of the evil within that population won't be passed down to the next generation. That evil doesn't pass from the father to the child. It passes from the mother to the child. And unfortunately,
I'm not going to play the rest of that bullshit. It's 9 minutes long. But this guy, people should check on him. The fact that you're out here saying that you need to unalive black women because the Bible told you so? This is why I'm so confused with black people subscribing to that bullshit. And black men wonder why black women are divesting faster than they have ever divested from black men. We so fucking damn evil, but you motherfuckers haven't saved us from oppression yet. But we need to follow your lead. Regardless if you're a good leader or not. Regardless if you lead us into the motherfucking mouths of hell. We have to follow you. And when we don't, you want to unalive us. But you came from us. You came from a black woman. Without us, there would be no you. I'm so sick and tired of black men coming on this fucking internet to talk shit. Yet they won't take that fucking energy to the white man that has been oppressing us for 400 fucking years. Man, fuck all y'all that think like that. Fuck all y'all. Your mama should have swallowed. I'm so mad I could punch something. Fuck anybody that thinks like that.
Well, she's hurt because in her spirit, she knows that what that man said is actually the truth. Okay, but he didn't say it in the proper context because the way he's saying, he's going to get himself locked up. But I want to say shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honor to the apostles and elders, a great millstone, peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. I just want to make this real quick. Straight to the point. There's a video. This came out last year, or 3/30/2023. So this is roughly a little bit over a year ago. And I'm actually had to check out this video that this guy, what's his name? Let me see if I can find it again. Because she put a hit out on his ass. You see how wicked these women are. His name is Jason Revolt. I'm going to try to find that video and listen to him because he made some interesting points. And he absolutely was right about everything he said. But you got to understand, too, that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai said, wait ye upon the Lord until he rise up to the prey. So that's the only discrepancy in things which he said, because when he made an account of ridding evil from the world, that's actually in the law. But you have to understand that the law, statutes, and commandments were written for us being for a sovereign nation, which we were sovereign at a point in time. but we're not sovereign anymore, and we are in the land of our captivity to suffer this punishment. So unfortunately, we have to suffer behaviors like this, unfortunately, because, you know, this is part of the curses, and, you know, this is just how it is now. But nonetheless, he made some excellent statements. He said the N dub, she's you know, you can't correct her, you can't chastise her, you can't call her out on anything. You know what I mean? The minute you call her out, or the minute you try to talk some sense into her, then it becomes a case. Okay, because she's gonna get argumentative, she's gonna get combative, she's not gonna take the low, she's not gonna humble down to you, and then before you know it, you end up fighting, blows will be thrown. If Esau is not called, then one of her side niggas will be called, and then somebody will end up dead or in jail. And that's usually how it works with the black woman. And this is why we tell you to stay away from them, because, I mean, honestly speaking, dealing with these women, it's almost unavoidable. It's almost a confrontation that's unavoidable, and it just happens. You know what I mean? It goes left. You could be in a store, and a woman can come at you some type of way, and if you defend it, you know, or you entertain it, then before you know it, you gonna have a fight on your hand, and then you gonna have a bunch of simps, you know, that's coming to her aid, when in fact she's clearly in the wrong. So he mentioned that violence will happen, but it's gonna happen on the Lord's time. Okay, you don't want to go before Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai sends the beck and call, because you will end up in a world of hurt. Because remember, Esau still protects this bitch. Okay, and the fact about it, she threw it up. She said he would never go at the white man like that. But it's so funny, because you just mentioned and said that black women are divesting from Jake men. But the only reason why black women are appearing to be divesting is because Jakes don't want them anymore. Okay, Jake don't want the black woman, for real, unless he just want to freak off with her. But Jake ain't trying to take the black woman serious, man, because it's too much that comes along with that. You got a laundry list of qualifications you got to meet to be with this woman. You know, this trashy ass female that have nothing to bring to the table but other men's kids, baggage, insecurity, hate, jealousy, envy, evilness, back talk, disrespect. Bro, I just named a handful as to why they're undateable. You know, so divesting, that'd be the best thing you can do, is divest from us, because the Jake men, they've been divest. Every time I go out, I see Jake men with different. I see Jakes with the Issacharite woman. I see Jakes with the Ephraimite woman. I see Jakes with the Manassite woman. I see Jake with the white woman. I'm even seeing Jakes with fucking Arab women now, man. So you divesting to, you're quote unquote divesting, but every time you divest and give it another race, nation, they find your head somewhere in a suitcase or in back of somebody's Tesla on fire. So, I mean, you're not really doing too good. Nobody wants you. You've dug a hole to the point nobody's coming to dig you out of. And the so-called white man, he don't care about you, Eve. He just used you as a weapon to basically, he weaponized you against your men. Okay, the worst thing you can do to a nation of people is take out the women, destroy the relationship between the man and the woman. And before you know it, you have this. This is the reason why Jake is not dealing with black women no more, okay? And it's not to take away from the ones that's actually about something, because you got some sisters out there that's actually quite decent. But, you know, as they say, majority rules, and those sisters are few and far between, unfortunately. But that's just how the Lord has it set up. So, you know, his name is Jason Revolt. Basically, she put a hit out on go check him out. And she proved this point. They're unaccountable. Like, they hold no accountability. He's wrong because he said that violence needs to start. Now, honestly speaking, Jake need to get fucked up. Okay? Jake needs to get jacked up, the men and the women and the kids. You know? But it just waiting upon the Lord, man, is the key point. All right? So, matter of fact, I'm going to go back to this Jeremiah 4. Let's go from here to the book of Zephaniah. I think it's 3rd chapter. 3 and 8. It says, therefore wait ye upon me, says Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey. Hey, the prey is not only talking about the Edomites, it's talking about the 2/3 of our nation too. You know, like you got this big controversy going on with the Sakari camp. They're talking about the 2/3 in context. It's not talking about over here in the land of America. But wait a minute, man, is the 2/3 is the majority of the 2/3 of the nation of Israel in the land of Israel right now? Because you got to understand, Jerusalem was a people before it was a place. So you can't say that, oh, well, that's not talking about America. The majority of the 2/3 or the majority of the Israelites are here in America. And what proves that is because a lot of these migrants are coming up here from these Central and South American countries, which proves that the tribes will come here. That's prophecy, man. So the 2/3, majority of the 2/3 are right here in America. Okay. But anyway, it says, therefore wait ye upon me, says Yahweh, until I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms together. Assemble the kingdoms and pour upon them my indignation, even all the fierce anger. For all the earth should be devoured in the fire of my jealousy. So it's a time and place when things are carried out, because he made a mention that when I think Moses, I think it's Numbers, I got that on deck, Numbers 31, when it says that go and kill all the men and the women, when the women that have known men, but save the virgins alive for yourselves, the women that have not known men. That's in the scriptures. And when you look at the society today, this will be no different than a purging or a threshing floor, because none of the women here are virgins for real. And the ones that are virgins, they still adopt a whorish mindset of the whores of America, because this spirit or this country or this society pushes the spirit of whoredom or harlotry. You know, so you could run into 18-year-old, 19-year-old, 22-year-old virgins, 25-year-old virgins, and their mindsets are still the same. You know, they still dress promiscuous, provocative, you know, and they still have that hoochie mama type attitude, even if they haven't been penetrated by a man. And usually it's because they're dealing with other women. So you can quite see what the scripture said about unaliving people, so the wickedness could be purged from the land. That's in the law. Okay, and honestly speaking, you black women, you are going to get purged, okay? Majority of you black women in America, you're just going to be put to death. And I'm just being real with you. Majority of you in America will be put to death, all right? Because you have to understand that we don't need the black woman to bring back the nation of Israel. We can deal with women from other nations, man. Okay, you know how many women it is in Eastern Europe, Western Europe, okay, Brazil, China, over there in Spain. We got women all over the world. Women outnumber men 7-1. So the Lord can literally destroy every woman in this country, in this society, and we'll be okay. But we know for the sake of the elect's sake, Yahweh Shah is going to deliver women on this side, but not very many of them. Okay, when I say not very many of them, many only the elect women will make it on his side. But the majority of these women in America, they're going to be put to death, man. All right. So go back here to Jeremiah 4. She says they're divesting. Well, divest, because I mean, honestly speaking, I've seen it. I've seen Jake women have terrible attitudes to Jake men, but when it comes to Edomite men, I mean, they do what they call a code switch. I mean, instantly when they see the Edomite male, it's like they've seen Jesus Christ or some shit, you know. And they showed it with that video with DJ Trump going into that Chick-fil-A down in Atlanta or Georgia, I believe down south. And basically, out of all the shit Jake was talking about Trump 4 years ago, Trump is a racist, Trump is this, Trump is that. But these same niggas that was talking about Trump was a racist, they all googly-eyed it for this devil when he went into Chick-fil-A and bought 30 milkshakes. I mean, he was basically, I think it was two women that was standing next to each other. And he said, oh, yeah, they like each other. And they, it's all cute. But let that would have been a Jake, they would have looked at you like, so? What's your point? You know, they would have got flippy with us. You know, and that's them curses, man. All right? And this is why this woman is so damn mad. You can see it in her spirit. She's condemned because in her spirit, she knows that she ain't right. And she knows that she's been a demon of black men. Because they don't respect us, because they see that the other nations don't respect us. They don't see us in our power. And she mentioned, she said, oh, you ain't got us out of oppression. Why do we got to get you out of oppression? It's like we got to fix all the tools to the toolbox concerning you. But then when things are going bad for us, it's just like, okay, now we got to fix everything for your ass. You know, but when things are going bad, it's just like you don't respect us at all. And one in the scripture that say that we have to save you from your fucking oppression. Yahweh Shai is going to save our nation. Okay, you aided in the oppression. You helped the oppression. You forwarded the affliction on your men. So why do we have to save you out of oppression? Especially when this system is systematically designed to keep Jake in bondage, man. And this is what these stupid females don't understand. They think that this is an even playing field. They think that the white man got to the top because he's just a better man, or he's smarter, he's more, you know, he's more innovative. See, that's what stupid niggas don't understand. They don't understand that there is literally a great gulf fixed between us and them, and it's called curses, man. And this is what Jake don't understand because they don't study the scriptures. Okay? They believe that sentiment, or you can do whatever you want to do, American dream. That's all folly and madness, okay? The American dream was never a reality for Jake. Okay? It was just that, a dream. And Jake is so dumb because Esau allowed them to get a job and a career, and he allowed a few sellout Jakes to get to the tops and make the billions. And before you know it, Jake got the, oh yeah, see, we could make it now. Nah, it's a great gulf that's fixed between us and them. And Keisha does not understand that. She just think Jake is a bum. He's a bum. He's lazy. And that's because the narratives that they push on Jake and TV and the men that they deal with. You know, so oftentimes they exemplify their own stereotypes and look at it. They believe it. So now we got to save Keisha from oppression. I ain't got to save you from shit. For what? You didn't need me when y'all had everything going good. You didn't need us. And according to you, you still don't need us. You got your jobs. You got your careers. You know, you got your money. You got, hey, you winning in America right now. Hey, you don't need us. All right. But anyway, this is the book of Numbers 31. And I'm going to start at verses. Let's start at verses 14. It says, and Moses was wroth with the officers of the host, with the captains over thousands and captains over 100, which came from battle. And Moses said it to them, have ye saved all the women alive? It says, but behold, these caused the children of Israel through the counsel of Balaam to commit trespass against Yahweh in the matter of Peor. And there was a plague among the congregation of the Lord. Now, therefore, kill every male along with the little ones. Kill every woman that have known man by lying with them. Okay, so this is the scripture that the man was alluding to, but also is another scripture too in the law that goes into basically when you see wickedness or if you adultery or morality, you stone them and burn them in front of everybody. So therefore you can put away wickedness in Israel. And the reason why we made a public example out of people was so other people can see and fear. Like, oh shit, if I do this, then this will happen to me. Okay, but see, in this day and age, none of that is going on. You can't physically go out and exact vengeance, man, you know? And trust me, hey, the scripture said, hey, heart should meditate terror on thy enemies, man. I was just sitting here praying, bro, and a thought just came over me, man. I thought about some shit that happened a couple months ago, you know what I'm saying? And I was just getting antsy. The Lord brought it to my remembrance, and I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Only if, but you know, the Lord, like, you can't do nothing. You just got to chill, man. You know, y'all gonna get cool. Just get your time, just chill. But it does not take away the fact that you really feel that way. You know, but we gonna wait upon Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai because that's what the scripture said. Okay? We have to suffer and endure this torment for a little while longer. But don't worry, brothers. Nothing gets away. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, trust me, everything is gonna come back full circle. The people that bucked up against you, the women that disrespected you, the Edomites that said slick things out of their breath, it's all going to come back home, man. All right? Nobody really gets away. The scriptures say every idle word. Just because you didn't get your lick in right then and there, that doesn't mean that the Lord ain't dealing with them people, because he will deal with them. You know, just be patient. But it says, but the women, children that have not known a man by lying with him, keep alive for yourselves. And do ye abide without the camp 7 days. It says, whosoever kill any person and whosoever touch any slain, purify both yourselves and your captives on the 3rd and on the 7th day. Okay, but that's the point. He said, take the virgins for yourselves. So if this was to happen here in America, then all you women will be destroyed. And this is coming back in a big way because, hey, the Lord is going to raise up angels, okay, and men with power to exact his vengeance. So it'd be wise in you to know who you're dealing with. But, you know, people never took the Lord serious anyway, but they're about to. All right. So she said something about unaliving black women, which, I mean, honestly speaking, we ain't saying nothing. We ain't unaliving shit. You know what I'm saying? We telling you what the scriptures say. You know what I'm saying? You black woman, you did it. You're going to do it to yourselves. You're going to unalive yourselves. You know what I'm saying? We ain't really got to do nothing at the end of the day. But this is the book of Jeremiah 4, and I'm going to start at verses 30. It says, and when thou art spoiled, what would thou do? It says, thou closest thyself with crimson, though thou deckest thee with ornaments of gold, though thou rentest thy face with paintings, in vain shalt thou make thyself fair, And thy lovers will despise thee, and they will seek thy life. Yeah. And this goes into you divestors out there that want to deal with these Edomite males, like this one stupid bimbo. I think she was like 19 years old. Her mother's all on the news crying, she was a good baby, good baby. But when you look at her, she looks like a complete harlot. Okay, the duck lips, the proud demeanor, the attitude, bobbing neck. You already knew she put hell on Jakes. You know, look like one of them Oblockian, man, them Oblockites, man. You know, and then she dealt with a fucking, in my opinion, I'm like, you should have known this guy was a serial killer. I think he dismembered her and scattered her body over different states, man. He dismembered the bitch, man. You know what I'm saying? You mean to tell me she was that damn starstruck that she couldn't detect a killer when she seen one? I mean, you could see it in the guy's eyes and know that he wasn't right. Like, you should be able to feel something that came over this dude. But the black woman being stupid, you know, without discretion, that's what happened to her, because in her mindset, I'm dealing with a white man. She thought she was going to TikTok and IG a white man on her shit to get up on, to have one up on Jake and her other friends. And she ended up in 100 little pieces, man. So this is why we tell you black women out there, hey, you going to need a man in that day. All right, because if you getting cashed up and things are still happening, just imagine when this kingdom fall. Okay, you're literally going to be a target. Okay, there's going to be a lot of men coming after you black women, because a lot of them, they're very angry with you. You know, you've taken away men, kids, you've took away their money, you've took away their careers, you've took away their license, you've got brothers killed, you've got men locked up, you've destroyed families. I mean, and the list goes on. You have a lot of blood on your hands, Eve, and you're going to have to pay for all that. And the Lord is not going to deliver you out of your punishment. This is why this lady in this video, you can see the fear in her, because in her spirit, she knows that men of color, they're through with women of color, man. You know, and I'm not saying that as a complete whole, but as a collective, most men are through with women of color. Yeah, you may see Jake couples together for tradition or because they've had longevity, or, you know, you may actually find a decent woman of color that you may be able to deal with, you know, but overall, it's just not looking too good for you black women, man. So we don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Just keep doing what you do, I guess. And really all you women in America, though, the Edomite woman too, because the Edomite woman, the young, they're trash too. Okay, I you know, in general, all these women in America are really through. They're finished. All right. But it says, through the deckest thyself with ornaments of gold, through thou writtenest thy face with paintings, in vain should thou make thyself fair. Thy lovers will despise thee, they will seek thy life. Right. It says, for I've heard a voice of a woman in travail, as the anguish of her that bringeth forth her first child. The voice of the daughter of Zion, that bewildered herself, that spread her hands, saying, woe is me now, for my soul is weary because of murderers. All right. And we are seeing that. Okay. This is talking about the all nation of Israel, but manifold, since you can equate it to the woman. Okay. These women, they seem to think grass is green on the other side until they find out, you know, until they find themselves cut up in somebody's briefcase. Then they'll be rethinking it when they're in the spirit world. But regardless of that, man, the Lord is getting ready to pour out his wrath, man. And we ain't got too much time left. But I'm going to end it here, giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai Ba'ashim Rakakwadash. And with that, Shalom.